9/11 isn't the moment we became slaves. Before 9/11, we were still, being fucked over for a buck. We were still buying all that shit from China with 1 billion people living economic slavery. Before 9/11, there was a whole other world of tyranny and oppression going on. So I don't get too worked up about 9/11 as a moment in history. Obviously.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, but according to a friend of mine who actually looks into synchromysticism, which is what the global elite's religion,
Mm-hmm.
how you see like different symbols being used in like pop culture and stuff like that represent actual New World Order type beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
He believes that, well, I don't know if he believes this, but the way he explained it to me was when the towers came down, since they were like two tuning forks, when they came down, they set off like a frequency that started waking people up.
Mm.
And that started a mass awakening.
Well, that may be the case. I do like the thought. Do you remember when the Berlin Wall came down?
Right. Yeah. Well, I was still young, so.
At that time, because I know a certain amount about the Masons and their practices.
Mm.
At that time, I could imagine people rolling up their trouser legs, fucking goats all over the world, getting off on those events, because that's the sort of thing they're into. They like to create these huge experiences for large numbers of people, which they believe they can drain power from. So in the same way, 9/11, if you like, can be exploited by people who believe in that sort of thing. If they think it gives them power to drain energy from a collective experience, they would certainly be interested in doing that.
Right.
So yeah, I don't actually believe in magic. Anything the Masons think they're getting from spouting mumbo jumbo and shagging goats while the Twin Towers fell, I think is unlikely to have any real effect in the world, but it certainly has an effect on their minds if they believe it. And I'm sure that they do.
Yeah.
The people who do this sort of thing, I'm sure they believe their own mumbo jumbo. Then I'm sure it's having an effect on them. But, whether it actually affects the real physical world, I think is debatable. But they certainly manipulate events to cause communal experiences which they believe will give them power. I'm sure of that.
Mm.
But listen, I can smell my pies burning. Well, not burning, but they're cooking. So,
cool question. I know this was like a short interview. Can I still use what we just did just now?
yeah, no problem. You're welcome to use that however you see fit. And if you want to do something longer, just Skype me when you see me online.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to be waking up early tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I'll leave Skype on, and if you Skype me and I've got some time, we'll, as they say in the movies, we'll do the show right here.
Very good. All right. Thanks so much.
Hey, no problem, Louie. I'll speak to you soon.
Yes, sir.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Bye.
This was a longer interview conducted by myself and enemy combatant with Mr. Deke Jackson of the fucking news. This is part 2. Longer interview. This is a 49-minute interview, so enjoy.
Hey, Louie. Hello, enemy combatant.
Hey, how's it going, my friend? I'm a
Not
good
bad.
friend of Louie's and a huge fan of your work, sir. So,
Well,
honored to
thanks.
speak with you.
Please, just call me Deke. Nobody
Deke,
ever calls
Glenn.
himself.
My name is Glenn.
Hey, Glenn, how you doing?
So,
Very disturbed by all the news, no doubt.
Well, I'm always amused by the news rather than disturbed. And the thing that keeps me amused about the news is I don't really care whether humanity lives or dies. In fact, I'm absolutely sure, as a matter of fact, that we are in fact all doomed. The whole planet will be a fiery hot ball in space in about 1 billion years, so what the fuck?
Absolutely. No, I agree with you.
So I find all of human affairs just a little bit amusing.
Like almost like the comedian character in
Well, it's
the
like Bill Hicks.
Watchmen. Yeah.
It's like Bill Hicks said, I almost took life seriously for a second.
Absolutely. Bill Hicks, what a prophet, what a man. What a guy. I'm a big fan
Have
of
you
Bill
seen
Hicks.
the new 40-minute documentary made about him? It's on the net.
No, I haven't. I've heard
Just
about...
type into Google Bill Hicks documentary, and it should pop right up. Jay Leno is in it, David Letterman, all these, talking heads, comedians, people in the field, basically the roast of Bill Hicks, posthumous.
Well, he deserves more exposure because even the stuff that he's left us is still...
His parents are in it. They talk about raising him and where he got his creativity from.
Right. Well, my question is to you, Deek. What made you start the fucking news?
What made me start the fucking news? Actually, a couple of things. I like making video. I was looking at podcasts, and I wanted to make a podcast to play with the technology. I wanted to see how you do it and make one, and, so I needed something that was episodic, that I could make a regular, one every week kind of. Mm-hmm. And also, when I watch the news, it really pisses me off, the bullshit in the news. It really...
Yeah, so, I really like how you play the different characters.
Yeah, that's it becomes like that's a tool I use so I can say certain things. Because,
As a follow-up question, I just wanted to say, do you consider yourself a modern-day shaman?
Well, not really. I'm more of I don't know what I am. I'm a commentator. I think that's probably the strongest. I've got an opinion and a point of view, and that's really it. That's just my point of view. When you watch the fucking news, that's just what I think.
Right. As someone that also commentates on the news and uses vulgarity, how do you feel when people? Have you ever been judged on your use of vulgarity?
Oh yeah.
How do you?
That's another thing they talk about on the Bill Hicks documentary, by the way.
Yeah, I immediately respond with, I've got some pictures of dead babies we blew up with bombs we made, if you want to get really offended.
Oh.
Yep.
I've got some right here. In fact, when I've started doing the fucking news live. I did the fucking news live a month or so ago, and I start out, I've got a slideshow thing, and my laptop's got a remote so I can pop up an image. And I say to people, hi, everybody, I'm about to do my show. Some of it you may find offensive. It's got, cursing and swear words in. If you're offended by bad language, I've got some pictures of dead babies here, and I pop one up. There you go.